is up a little bit, other revenues off. Overall, we's off 7.33%. That's in the general government. Mangum Utility Authority, basically about the same story. We were, we were $13,017.65 in the red. Of course, that's gonna fluctuate monthly just due to the utility usage,
It'll probably go down some from now since
Yep.
winter's coming in.
Yep, it should, yes,
And the
Yep.
gas company gets our money.
right.
Yeah.
Any questions? That's kinda short and sweet, but that's it.
Well, as long as there's not any major changes.
None,
you
no,
know.
there's no big red flags.
Unless you have one to where we get more money than we lose.
We're working on that too.
Okay. Okay.
Working on a lot of things, Mary Jane.
I know. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the ordinances and resolutions. Number 6 is a discussion and possible action to approve the resolution 2023-12, authorizing application for the ARPA grant from the Oklahoma Water Resource Board. Do I have a motion
I'll make a motion.
and a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion please on this. You wanna
This-
remind us about this? I know we talked about this before.
This is it's Oklahoma Water Resources Board grant. What we're going to make application for is for our, mainly our elevated water tower downtown, to get that thing refurbished.
Will it be painted and everything?
It will be painted, it will be totally redone.
It needs it.
Yes, that's our main focus. There is, the maximum grant on this program is $1 million. There's 25 million, I believe, available statewide for cities 7,000 and below. So the competition's gonna be very stiff. And the reason I picked our water tower is because it's a quick, the preparation will be quick. We don't have to do a lot of survey work, as if we were replacing water lines. I mean, we'll do that in the future, but this time, we had a 60-day window on this deal. And, the folks that get approved for, water and sewer projects, they have already had those engineered in the past. I mean, they had those engineered when the program opened up. So,
Okay.
but we will, that's gonna be our focus is our water storage.
So does does the engineering people, and the people that are gonna redo this, do they, keep the crows and everything off of it too? I've had complaints that the crows,
Oh,
those
you
things,
did.
the birds are up there and I'm going like,
I'm not surprised. Some of the things
I'm
people
sorry.
complain about.
So
But it
is
just
this-
makes our town look so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
So, if you start-
okay, I don't have a BB gun that'll reach that far.
This grant is available every year though? This is something we can apply for yearly, or is this only available?
This is with ARPA.
This
This is
is,
just the ARPA?
this is ARPA
part
money.
of the-
This
okay.
is ARPA money through Oklahoma Water Resources Board.
Through the Oklahoma Water Resources,
Yeah.
okay.
But there are other grants available. There will be.
For water lines and such?
Yeah, of course, when I came in, that's when all the grants were shutting down. They were closing out. And in the spring, when they start their new budget, they'll start with their new grant programs.
Okay.
And tonight, I'm getting the cart before the horse here, but we're gonna hire an engineering firm, I hope, and they'll help us prepare, for the.
For grants to
the-
apply
For the
for.
future,
Okay.
yes. So, any other questions?
Okay, no more questions, we'll go on to item number 7.
Go call for the
No, we
vote.
gotta do a vote, I'm sorry, I know. Call for a vote, please.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Number 7 on the agenda is discussion possible action to approve the Resolution 2023-13, amending the FY '23 budget for the fire donation, accepting and expensing the money received. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a
Do
motion.
I have a second?
Second.
Okay. And discussion on that?
Chris,
You want
Yes.
to tell us,
would you like to step up and?
how much money are we going to get?
Tell us about the
This is from the mud ball
mud bog.
Oh, okay,
that we
okay.
received.
Okay.
A total of $4,354.06.
Oh, awesome.
Wow, that's
So-
good. Yeah. So we're just accepting that money?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Any questions, discussion? Okay, call for a vote, please.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 8, discussion and possible action to approve the resolution 2023-14, amending the budget for the fire donation fund and general fund to purchase tools and equipment. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second? Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have a second? Okay. You wanna, yeah, this, you should stay up there.
Yeah. We're looking at buying just some tools to help us work on trucks and everything over there. We
You
don't
don't-
have nothing.
You don't have enough money in your budget to do, that was never put in there?
No. We're gonna, instead of having to go over to the shop and dig around while he's working on stuff, we'll have kind of our own little setup there so we can, if we got a water leak or something on one of the trucks, we can fix it.
So you're looking at doing your own maintenance, kind of?
On some things, like the brush trucks and stuff, there's things that we can do without bothering the mechanic.
How much money are you talking about? I need to look at the resolution, I'm sorry.
We're gonna move, 2,900 over, out of the mud ball money.
Oh, okay.
That's what,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
So you're not asking for any more money, you're
No.
just gonna put that money
No.
in, then take a little bit out and put
Take a
over here?
little bit out so we can
Okay.
be able
For some
to
of it.
keep everything in good maintenance and working condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Is that something you've ever done in the past?
I don't think we've ever had anything separate like that.
We've always just
But
done
I
maintenance.
mean,
Well, it's donated dollars.
it's
Right,
donated
yeah.
dollars.
It's
I
I
was
donated
mean,
just curious if that's something,
and-
if
It's
they
not-
just disappeared, if the tools disappeared, or if this is just something they've never done.
No,
Okay, it's just
we've
not-
never had
okay.
a bunch of anything. We're just,
and you guys have the time sometimes
Right,
to
exactly.
get in there and do it, and that relieves Chris
Right.
from doing stuff in the maintenance.
right, if we come back from brush fire or something, I mean, these volunteers and stuff built these brush trucks themselves. And so they kinda know the ins and outs of these military trucks that they put together, so a lot of times it's just easier for us to jump in and do it and get it fixed and, cause it may be late, midnight, and if that truck's down, a lot of times we'll stay and get it fixed, so we have it in case something else happens.
Okay. Any other questions, discussion?
Seems like it makes it more efficient as long as you don't get into overtime.
Right.
and stuff.
Because these will still be the people that are on duty, right?
Regular.
Yes.
That are working on it,
Yes.
it's not gonna,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, there's no more questions, I'll call for a vote, please.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 9, discussion possible action to approve the engineer agreement with Myers Engineering for service for the ARPA grant application. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a
So-
motion.
Do I have a second?
She beat me again.
You gotta talk fast enough.
Did you second it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Okay, he
second
seconds it. All right, discussion on that. Tell us about Myers.
Okay, we were required to send out letters, and we sent them out certified to 3 different engineering firms. That was a grant requirement, which we did. I had one respond that was just flat out no. They just didn't have time to mess with us. They were too busy. The Fox and Dressler from Altus never responded one way or the other. Myers did, out of Oklahoma City. And Myers has done work for the city of Mangum in the past. The tower up on Kern Street, they engineered that years ago. One of the water lines coming into town from the well line, they engineered that. So they're familiar with us. They do a lot of work for, well, all the towns around us.
They do a lot of work in Elk City.
Yeah, a lot of work around here. So we really fit well into their program. And I talked to their head engineer for quite a while on the phone, and I really like the way the guy talks, you know, so. And we'll use him for other things. You know, we'll use these folks for other things. And
Okay. Any more questions, discussion? Doc, go ahead and call for a vote, please.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 10, discussion possible action with regard to approving the resolution 2023-15, declaring the property located at 420 Navajo unsuited for continued public use, declaring the property surplus property, and authorizing the property to be appraised. So this is, oh, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Larry made the motion.
It's on.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second. Okay, discussion on that. Why don't you remind everybody what this is, what this property is?
this is property that the city of Mangum acquired when New Hope went south, basically. And it is a derelict property in Altus. It is not livable. I'm surprised that the city of Altus has forced us to tear it down. I don't know why they haven't.
I didn't even know, I forgot we owned
Oh,
it.
it's bad. It's really bad. So, I contacted a realtor, Stacy Gregg in Altus. She's an Altus realtor.
Mhm.
And they put out their sign. We got 2 bids on the property,
2 bids to buy it?
2 bids to buy it.
Whoa.
Well, that was
This
my
is the
goal
one
was
we
to
were
sell it.
talking at-
Yes.
That was my goal, to sell it,
So-
not give it away.
Yeah, that's what I was starting to say. I mean, I thought we were gonna just like give it to
got a
Alta.
$2,000 bid,
Uh-huh.
and then I got an $8,000 cash bid.
Whoa.
And the, you know, the cost to demolish the property is $8,500.
Was the bid based on a
No,
clear
it's,
property?
no,
or
no, it's as is bid.
As is? Ooh,
As
that's-
is bid. I
That's
mean, that's, in our net would be close to $6,000 on that.
Now, how come it's the net? It's because of
Well, the
the real estate,
Realtor
yeah,
costs.
yeah, okay.
you know, realtor cost and had to have a survey, you know, just the normal
So
stuff.
somebody's willing to pay $8,000
Yes.
for that rundown house?
Basically, they're just buying a vacant lot. That's what
Yeah.
they're doing, and they're willing to bear the cost of the demolition. I don't know what they've got in mind for the lot, but, all I wanna know is, I mean, I just wanna get the money out of it.
So what do you recommend?
My recommendation is that we have a special meeting, correct, Corey? To actually approve the sale.
Oh, okay.
I kinda got the cart before the horse, basically is what I did. But, I made a deal, I've got the property sold, cash offer, $8,000.
Okay.
But, we need to have a special meeting ASAP and approve that sale.
And this motion is just for the property to be appraised?
Would,
What, I don't-
under Oklahoma law, for a public entity to sell property, we have to basically do what this resolution is doing, which is 3 things. Number 1 is we have to basically declare that we don't have a public use and we're abandoning it for public use. So that we can no longer serve the public with this piece of property. It has not been used for public use. And so we don't have anything plans to use for public use, so we are effectively abandoning it and declaring it as no public use. That's a big one. The second thing that this resolution does is it declares it surplus, because we can't get rid of property unless we declare it to be surplus. And the third thing is we do have to dispose of property at fair market value, so this is just going out to make sure that when we do approve the sale, that it was within the fair market value range. And tentatively, this deal is within the fair market value range based off of what the closing sheet would look like. It's well within it. It's kind of on the south end of it, but it is within it. So we have to do this resolution to actually make the property available to sell, and then we'd have to come back and actually approve the contract and to sell.
Okay. Any more questions on that? If not, call for a vote, please.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 11, discussion and possible action to appoint a new board member for the Mangum Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, Terry Williams and Angie Young. And for those of you who may not know, we have to approve who goes on their board, okay? And Diane Kendall gave me those names, and I brought it up to Irma. Didn't I give you a sheet of paper or something on that? And that's who she has talked to sit on their board, because the two people, one passed away and one moved away. Okay?
Who are they replacing? Do you know, off your head?
I think one passed, right, what's his
Just
name?
Perry.
Yeah,
P.A.
I was
Walker.
gonna say
P.A.
Perry
Walker.
P.A.
Right.
Walker, yeah.
I should have done a motion. Well, anyway, do I have a motion to appoint
So
these?
moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Second. Okay. Is there any more discussion on that? Do you understand that that's just some of their stuff that?
So are we going to pick one of these
No,
candidates?
no, it's both
then,
of
or
them.
just-
It's
Oh,
both-
it's going,
it's
they're
both
both
of them.
going to
Uh-huh.
say, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, call for a vote.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 12, discussion and possible action with regard to advertising the Nighthawk sweeper for sale via sealed bid, setting date and time to open such bids, and determine the medium to be used to advertise. Can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second. Okay. Discussion on that. Tell us about that.
The last meeting, you guys authorized me to try to make a deal to sell that thing. Sell it, trade it, get rid of it. We had a company out of Waco, Texas, that was interested in the sweeper. What this wanted to do was trade for a reconditioned Pelican, which is what we have as a Pelican sweeper.
Our old
The-
sweeper is the
Yeah,
Pelican
it's
one?
it's a
Right, okay.
Pelican, yeah. And of course, I did research, and I did some checking, and he was really trying to basically steal our sweeper, And I basically told him, no, we're not gonna do that. So I think at this point, our only option is gonna be to advertise that sweeper in the right markets, in the Dallas market, Dallas-Fort Worth market, Waco market. There's not a lot of interest in Oklahoma City.
I started to say, what about Oklahoma City or Tulsa?
There's not a lot of interest in Oklahoma City.
Interesting.
We contacted the Elgin guys up there, and nobody wants to talk to us about it. They're not really familiar with that equipment. They do not have the really big parking lots in Oklahoma City like they do
Oh.
in the Dallas-Fort Worth market.
Yeah.
So, that'll be our focus. We'll take some good photos and mail those out and just ask for sealed bids.
Okay. Any questions, discussion?
Y'all need to declare surplus, so your motion should also declare this as surplus equipment.
Okay, we'll amend that motion then
Okay?
before we vote. Okay, any other questions?
Do
Okay.
we have an idea of what, our rock bottom is on bid on what we would like to see from that? Cause I know we.
Well, what we'll do, Dixie, is if anyone bids on it, we'll bring those bids to you guys, we'll bring it to the board, and then you will decide whether you want to accept or decline.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna make the deal, I'm just trying to get the bids.
Right,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, you can, if you think it's too low, you can decline all
Okay.
bids. So
Right.
you don't have to accept it.
Is there any kind of appraisal process for that?
Not for, since this is personal property.
Okay.
See, who made that motion? Somebody want to amend,
Mark
want to
did.
amend the motion to declare it also,
Yes.
add surplus to that?
Makes sense.
Yes. Did you get that, Irma?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. If there's no more questions or discussion, I'll call for a vote for that.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. The amended motion carries. 13, discussion possible action to hire a surveyor to survey the property bounded at East Cleveland on the North Kern Street, on the east of North Kern Street, extended to US 283 to the south, and Colorado Street on the west, less and accept any property already included with this corporate city limits of the city of Mangum within the bounded area in order to determine all potential property owners who must give consent or must be provided notice prior to any annexation in accordance with the 11 OS 21-103. And just to remind you, I'll go ahead, motion,
I'll make a motion.
do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. And if you guys remember, it's whenever, I think, found out that those people couldn't vote on that side of
Yes.
Kern, just to remind you. I think we talked about this before, and this is bringing it into the city limits. And it doesn't raise any taxes on them or anything like that. It doesn't do anything. It just puts them in the city limits so that they can have the same type of things that we have that are within.
And if you look at that map,
Yeah.
No, I've-
There it is, right there. Kern Street is, let's see, this right here's our big water tower. This is, from the city limit sign, there is back behind.
Here it is, here it is, here it is.
What I propose is to go all the way south to 283, back west. Less than accept what's already in the city limits. Then back north toward Cleveland Street, and just bring all of that in. And the reason I say that is because at some point in the future, should there be a need for retail property? I mean, this would be ideal retail property along 283, you know? And it's already in the limits, in the city limits, we just have to rezone it as commercial. And that's my thought process for bringing that whole portion into the city.
Is Sullivan Street, is it already in the city limits
No,
up
sir.
there?
It is not. No.
So we're gonna cut it off at Kern then?
We're gonna cut it off at Kern. I'm not sure we want anything east of Kern,
Okay.
if you've driven up there lately.
Yes.
Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Well, when you say east of Kern, how far, I mean, because we already, that's where the water tower is and
Well, it's
everything.
just directly behind the water tower.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
the city
That's what
limit
I meant.
signs are.
Okay.
Or the city limit border is.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just proposing to go
Right
straight
behind your
south
house.
to 283.
Okay. All right. Any discussion more? Questions? If not, please call for a vote.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. On to number 14, discussion possible action to approve the calendar for 2023 meetings. Dates, meeting dates, payroll, calendar, and holiday calendar. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Anybody want to discuss anything on that calendar?
Did we get a calendar?
It's probably, I don't think it's in this, it's on the computer.
On the agenda.
Yeah, it's on the agenda that we had. Yeah, I remember that being on the agenda. Okay. Any questions about it, though? Do you remember? Is it pretty much the same as it was last year?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We have a motion and a second. Call for a vote, please.
Burnham.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, executive session, number 15, discussion possible action. That was regarding the executive session. Do I have a motion for that executive session?
I'll make the motion to hire Lynn Housley.
Lynn Housley, okay,
City attorney.
as the
No.
city judge.
Judge.
That's all right. That's all right.
Or you've been asleep.
No, sit down. Yeah. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
She seconded. Okay, call for a vote, please.
Burnham.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries. Lynn Housley is our new city judge. Staff and board remarks. Anyone? Okay, that's good. New business? Any new business? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Those aren't good.
Did you second?
I thought
Oh, Mark, did you do it? I said, I didn't hear you. You gotta talk. I'm sorry. Call for a vote, please.
Burnham.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, meeting's adjourned. We're gonna go right into the MUA Authority meeting. I'm gonna call that meeting to order. Would you do a roll call, please?
Scott.
Here.
Burnham.
Yes.
Miller.
Here.
Chapman.
Here.
Peterson.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Consent agenda, there's 4 items. The 22 regular meeting minutes and the October 22 and October 22 claims, the September 22 financials, and the November 22 estimated payroll. Is there anything you want to take off of that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second? Call for a vote, please.
Scott.
Yes.
Burnham.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, this is the MUAs. Are there any remarks or inquiries by the audience not pertaining to any item on the agenda? If not, there's not any other items, is there? There's
No,
no
ma'am.
other items?
No, ma'am.
And staff and board remarks, any other comments from the staff or
Yes.
board?
I've got a question. Have we got people using the pit down here that we don't know about? The trash dump?
That gate's locked.
I went down there the other day and it's wide open. That's right after the rain.
it?
Somebody had a stump drug in down there. It was bigger than my pickup.
Well,
Was it
I'll
by the
scratch
gate? Was it by the gate or something?
No, it was out there and by the pile. And I asked the guys over here and they said, no, they hadn't dug any, took anything that big out there. It had to be on a truck to get it out there.
the gate's supposed to be locked.
Well, let me tell you.
Well, it was open.
Let me tell you though, I noticed the same thing, not that one, but I actually followed a pickup that had a big trailer on it with a whole bunch of limbs and stuff. Actually followed it because I was wanting to know if it was going out there. And sure enough, it did. And the gate was open. And I called the person that was kind of in charge of that. And he said, well, they're doing us a favor because we're not having to move it and they're not taking it down to the recycle center. So that's what I was told. I said, okay, that's all I need to know because I was wondering. But that gate is open and
That's
people
gonna
are
stop-
using
well,
it. And they are they're just putting limbs out there. So I didn't go look.
This was a tree
Yeah.
stump as big as this table.
But
here.
in general, it's
Yeah.
limbs people are taking out
Well,
there.
I'm saying though, we had a fire and
Well,
the gate was open.
that,
And I was just wondering if anybody knew who was doing it, or if they had permission to do it. Are we gonna do this all over again next summer or next spring when they burn that again, or? Because I was under the impression that the city is the only ones that had a key to that gate,
that's my understanding.
but.
And I told the guys to lock the gate.
There is 3 other ways
They
of
did.
getting into that place.
There's 3 other ways to get in?
Yeah.
I didn't know
You go
that.
around the curve, go up
Yeah.
on top of the hill,
Yeah.
off the blacktop, you can drive right down. There's a gate there at the road.
Is
There's
it
a gate there
open?
at the- Right there where we're dumping, there's another gate. He's got locks on them, both of them.
Oh, okay.
You can go down and go around the curve like you're going to the old Deadman place. You can go in back in there and you can go down to the river and you can follow the river back and you can come back up that way. Now, I didn't go and check that gate,
That's across Ronnie Myers.
yeah, because I used to farm the old Deadman place when the Deadmans had it and I knew how to get through there.
Yeah.
But I didn't go down there and check that gate, but I do know that the gate from where we used to drive in the dump and the one on the hill was both open.
Well, the gate will be
Yeah, they-
locked.
Yeah, well, that's what I was impressing, that the city's the only one that had them.
Well, the
The
gate,
guys need to lock them.
it will be locked,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna be doing anybody any favors. We're gonna dump all the
Well,
stuff
no,
down here.
I'm saying though that, if they dump something in there that has got a fire or something in it, then we're gonna be in bad shape again, just
You're
like
right.
we were
You're as
before.
right as you can
That
be.
was, yeah, we need to know who's dumping in it.
Yeah. Well,
But
Is there gates down there in
Yeah.
that corner?
they gotta drive across somebody else's property to get on ours.
Well, that's kinda what I was thinking, but. it
I mean,
seemed like
we've
that
got
was
one,
open
we
down
got
in that
access
corner.
in one spot, and that's off of the blacktop, on the west side. Now, if they come in from another direction, they're driving across someone else's property to get to ours.
well, I
And
think,
those gates have locks on them. I've checked
Yeah.
those.
yeah, they was all locked
Ours
today.
have a
we was
lock
up
on
there.
it. I checked it.
Yeah,
'Cause I told our guys, lock it up, keep it locked, do not leave that gate open. That'll change tomorrow.
yeah, but,
Do we have cameras down there? Did we
No.
not?
No,
I thought we had a
I
camera.
don't even think we have
I
electricity.
thought we put a
They should
Well,
have
truck,
the
no, they had
shotgun.
I thought a game camera down
Oh.
there.
yeah, I thought we put a
Oh.
game
I
camera
thought there
down
was a
that
game
one
camera
time.
out there because I thought that's how they knew.
Well, if there is, I don't know about it. There's a lot of things I don't
Do
know.
we have a game camera out there? You don't know? That we were told that.
Chris
I
would
don't think it's
know.
down, I haven't seen that game
Oh, it
camera
wouldn't be a
down
bad
there in
idea
about a
to
week
have one.
or a couple of
If
months.
they're cutting locks. I mean, just on the off chance they are, or picking locks or something.
That chain just lifts us over, but it's not a lock, it just lifts over the big.
So there's not a lock on that gate going in from the,
not
There's
the
supposed to
lock-
be a lock
not
on it.
the locks that you're gonna have to have a high hook to it or
oh,
something.
okay. All right. The next thing on this, I'd like to just let you tell about Jana Walker and our audit, just
Okay.
what you found out so far, because normally we have our audit by now, and go ahead and,
Okay, we got an email from Jana, and that's the firm, well, she's not the firm. Actually, she is Jana A. Walker, but, she's an auditor out of Woodward. We got an email from her, yesterday or the day before, I don't know.
It was today.
Today,
Yes.
okay. And she was not ready to present her finding. Of course, there are no findings. She just wasn't ready to present her report at this meeting. Jana's baby's due, she has a baby due the 14th of this month. Isn't that right, Irma? 14th of this month. And, of course, she's not the only one in the firm. But she said they would have everything completed, and there'll be an agenda item for our December meeting.
okay.
Of course, according to the emails, she didn't have any concerns about anything. They just didn't get it ready.
Didn't get it ready.
Right.
Okay. Is there anything
And I
else?
understand that.
Yeah. Any other remarks or from the staff or board? I just wanted everybody to know about that we are getting our audit, and it will be here in December. Okay, if there's nothing else, is there any new business?
No, ma'am.
No new business? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion from Miller, second.
I'll second.
Y'all fight over that
Pick who you want to second it. Okay, call for a vote, please.
Scott,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
This is the quickest.
6:42.
Wow.
I mean.
Sure,
It's because I try to talk fast. Sometimes I just mumble.
And I made a whole bunch of agendas.
Oh, gosh. That's interesting. Okay, guys, don't forget you have to